Hello, I am the producer of Rob. You're probably wondering why there's just a blank screen, a blank blob of nothingness. Well, today, I have been recently watching this old YouTuber I know, but it's time to tell you the one thing I've never done really. Why the show began. Not this, I'm just telling you the story of how Rob began. But we should really do one of those cool captions where I say, The Story of Rob! Well, the story starts simply with a camera. This is basically not my first camera. Well, my original one had, basically, the very first time when I was little, I actually holded a camera. And ever since that day, I was adored of making videos and stuff. Well, I just used to make fun videos. I never actually did anything with them really. So basically most of my original videos have been lost to history. I think I remember now making a Imaginext action film on my original old camera. It was basically one of those ones that probably a grandfather or a relative or a holidaymaker you might have seen carries around at Disneyland and stuff, which I'm still going in Paris next week. Well, after 4 days at school. But more to the point, the cameras I had, once I did a video, I didn't really do anything with it really. But then, when I got my pod, and then, this is before my pod, I discovered one toy character that made the history of my show. And if you've ever seen my website, whowhatrob.com, I might have added probably. Well, if I didn't, and I didn't really say in one of my history videos if I ever did one. Did I? Well, here's the true story of the founder of Rob, if you've never heard of it. This camera is from a line of different cameras. This one is probably 5th or 4th. The very first one was a big bulky one that I used to have around my neck, and it used to actually be a little heavy. But it still was with me, and I used to make videos with it, but sadly I never did anything with them, because once I made the video, it never left the camera. I had to show it to people automatically. This is before I realised that YouTube, as in what you're watching right now, could be easily enough to show the whole world. I didn't even have to go near somebody just to show it. Because between you and me, the old stranger danger thing, if I went up to somebody, it would be a bit, let's just not go down that road really. But then, before I even did the camera, and before I realised that you can get popularity on videos and stuff, I tried everything to get popular. I tried dreaming of being a celebrity at something. But over the years, I think I realised I prefer being behind the camera than being actually on stage. So when I'm older probably, I want to be a filmmaker. So basically, I direct actors, not in front of the camera if you know what I mean. Well, I'll probably be in front of the camera when I'm having an interview and stuff, but let's get back to the point. Basically, I tried everything to get popular. I even tried building a city in our old house. Before we even moved into the one-story bunker thing, I lived in a 2-storied house with a pair of stairs. There was some crazy sad reason why I had to go to the bungalow, but sadly I can't tell you because it's a bit, let's just say it's more about how the whole show began, not my entire history. I might do it when I'm older. Directly older. Probably when I'm an adult and I'm living alone, probably. If I do live alone. Just saying. Let's get back to the story. Well, I was going to show you the founder of my YouTube page. Well, he wasn't technically the founder. He was more like my idol who made the show possible. His name or username was Jallard or something or other. I liked his videos because it was basically just a character doing something stupid, and that actually broke the spark and gave me the idea of making the best YouTube page ever. Well, hopefully it's the best YouTube page ever. Well, more to the point, I could find a picture to show you what he really looked like, but all I can tell you is that this guy had the idea that revolutionized this page. Basically, it was a character that was flinged across the room, punched, or even bullied because he had no brain cells. And that was the spark of this page. But then, sadly to say, the person who made the film had to go to college. And so sadly to say, his YouTube page has still got the rerun videos of him. So sadly to say, I only pop around now and again to see him, just to watch his videos. I think I even remember now leaving a comment, but after a few days and whatever my mum or something told me, I couldn't leave a comment anymore, so the only time I can leave a comment is by asking my mum. So sadly to say, I haven't left a single comment in my life. But more to the point, thanks to him, it revolutionized my page. Well, the story starts simply when I discovered that Hero Factory, the original founders of Bionicle before they went downhill from here, they did a line of action figures called the Brain Attack, when these ugly looking brain things actually were part of action figure bad guys. That's why Signora looks like a zombie-like creature. But that's more to the point. Basically, I got one of the characters who is Bob. Yes, Bob, the original character from one of my very first videos. Before he changed into that character, he was originally green with white armor and whatever I can remember really. He had 2 swords, but I put them somewhere, probably left in my bedroom, in my mum's bedroom really. You're probably thinking of it, I sound a bit... Never mind. More to the point, I had the toy, I had some character sides, I even made a Kyle gag from the other show really. There was a character called Cousin Kyle, but he was a different character. And I basically have found a bad guy that was similar, but I'm getting off track here. The reason why I did the show, because I wanted to try and make my own show based off a stupid story. I just wanted to try it out. But then, I wanted to put it on YouTube, and my dad actually had an account or something for me, but no specific reason. But he actually had an account. It might sound a bit crazy, but I'm just going to say this straight. My dad bought the account and named it after himself. That actually was going to be the revolutionized for one character. But then, after a few days and stuff, and basically just Rob evolving, he sadly disappeared when we had a spring clean, sadly. And sadly to say, Rob was lost. But here's the dumb part. He was still in a bag somewhere, and I was a bit lazy not to look inside. Yes, the producer, aka moi, didn't look in a bag. Yeah, I'm sometimes lazy. That's why you don't really see many basically Minecraft videos that much, because I'm a bit lazy and I end up watching too many videos on YouTube. Yeah, we've been all there. But more to the point, basically, Bob, one of the characters, was lost. And then one day when I went to a place called Camp Amazing, well, that's basically where I go. It's basically a camp for disabled people or something. But I don't want to go down the list of why I go there or something, because, well, it's a bit personal and stuff. Because you don't need to know my personal life and stuff. That's just something or other or whatever. Anyway, my mom, who was at the place, showed the videos to a barman or something, and then the barman told his son to give me a pile of Bionicles. 2 of them are the founding characters on the show, and one that I sadly lost somewhere and I had to rebuild the character was Rob, Dark, and Black Paraka. Yes, the darkest villain ever if you are a retro Rob fan. The true evil of the show that made the show possible. And that's also why I've returned him to the show, because, well, never mind about that. Probably make another video why I returned him. But more to the point, these were the true characters of the show. When I lost Bob, they were the replacements, really. And so, the story of Rob began. And if you're wondering why I call him Rob, because my username is Rob Davis, after my dad, Rob Davis, or something. Well, this is when I'm going to tell you why I still do this YouTube page, even though some episodes are a little bit bland than some others. The reason why I still have my YouTube page is that sometimes my toys, well, were kind of broken, or I never played with them really. Some of them had no batteries. Well, they did have batteries, but the batteries were completely worn out, or something or other. And sadly to say, half the time I left battery toys in the back garden. So, you probably know old Rusty, he's the guy over there. He was originally yellow, but then I left him outside for quite some time, and over the years he kind of rusted. And also the reason why there are only 3 rescue heroes, and they look a bit gross because, yes, I was a bit of a lazy lump and I didn't really pull them out from the rubble because I wasn't much of a person, really. But thanks to this YouTube page, I dig out all characters I could find from my past and play with them like they were meant to be. Well, I did play with them, but I sort of left them, and the only time I pull them out is because I don't really remember why I bought them. I did play with them, but my childhood was pretty cool. I made all sorts of crazy adventures where my characters had to jump out of windows and stuff. I even had the Lego Ben 10 stuff. Yes, there was a Lego Ben 10 stuff, and I made videos for it, but I never really posted them on my YouTube page, sadly. So that video and film series has been lost to history. I could probably find the pieces somewhere, but sadly they've been lost to history too. The reason why I like the show is simply, I get to play with toys as they meant to be. I don't destroy them, I don't break them apart, I don't rip them anymore. I play with them as they were meant to be. But if you're wondering why I don't play with all my characters it's because between you and me, I don't think I can fit all my favourite characters or side characters into one episode without causing YouTube to delete the video because it was too boring or something. Yes, YouTube can do that, but more to the point, the reason is why I like to play with the toys and make videos about them is simply like this. The true reason why I like making videos is everything in this house, yes, everything here and stuff like that, could be a world or a place for the characters to climb. This very hall could be a raceway for cars and stuff to plummet down and have a big drag derby. May look like a hallway just for me and my family to go in and out to other rooms, but this could be a creativity at work. That character up there could be useful, or not really, but basically he's a part of the show sometimes, even that little Robin over there. The kitchen could be an epic battle scene, or something or other. Basically, it's somewhere to put characters and stuff, or rescue a character and stuff. Even the bedroom could be somewhere where a character will have to survive, or meet a hero sidekick, or trainer, or something or other. And even the TV couldn't be a blame for my creativity behind this couch. And as I sit down to get ready to load my video, I know that maybe this video will get more views or less views, but the reason I made this video is because, well, I just thought maybe it would be cool. But the reason is, I think maybe my past self who love making films is good. Well, as my characters might say, see you soon.